Once again, man, this is Mark Anthony Tarantino, found on most social medias that way. Before we get started on this tutorial, man, I want to go into a few things. This tattoo is all about fading hair with many tattoos on your client's head. You might see some stuff, might be a little inappropriate, but close your eyes. I won't tell nobody else. You won't tell nobody. Let's go. Basically, man, it's going to start off just like every other fade. You know, you got to get that line nice and straight all the way around. Get the bottom hair, get that as clean as possible. I like to start off usually with my zero all the way closed. That's what I'm using right now on the wall magic clip. It's all the way closed. I like to set it where I want it. He usually generally likes the middle part of his head to show. That's his favorite part of the tattoo. And, you know, just for an extra feature right there, what I'm doing is actually cleaning up extra cleanup work on his tattoo so it shows it a little bit more. He already has natural artwork. I'm not a big design type person, so this is probably the closest thing you'll ever see me doing to a design. Maybe a hard part or a slant or something. Right now, I'm just using the corner of my edger, getting it extra close now. So I'm gonna run the shaver through that here and maybe even the razor pretty soon. So right here now, what I basically did now is I call it de-skinning, because what I'm doing is the lightest part is what's going to be with the edger and the shaver. So I'm going around the letters and inside the letters, so it gives that same outline on the tattoo right across the back. So if you see me just tinkering with like I'm doing a design, I'm really not doing a design. I'm just lightening up parts that I think should be shown more than others for this haircut. So right there, I got I think I opened it right there with a 1.5 all the way open. So that's a regular one guard with the wall magic clips, all the way open position. To me, man, my favorite move when I'm doing a ball fade is either using the one closed or the one open. Usually when people have darker hair, I prefer the one all the way open to start the blend. And all I'm doing here is just removing the extra bulk, because on top of that guard, I'm going to use clipper over comb anyway. So right now, I'm just basically getting it as clean as possible. Right there, I got the zero guard added on. I went all the way from the 1.5 open to the 0 open. This right here is more of a veteran style technique, because this right here is going to be all about how hard you're pushing the clipper. Because really, you can use that one guard and blend all the way up from what I'm doing for this fade anyways, but so it's all on how much weight you're pushing down. Push it hard, it's going to cut more. Push it less, it's going to blend more. So I definitely have that all the way open at the 1.5 position, as I am using it, opening and closing in between, because like I said, I'm just buffering out the lines. Another technique, man, that I like to tell people too is never go all the way up to the last line you cut. I mean, it's a common sense move, but just stay a little bit lower, stay close to the line, man, and do that flick motion, and that'll just pretty much keep yourself from putting a new line in every time. Now, when using the shaver, man, I'll always remember, hold the skin tighter, because it'll cut closer. Hold the skin looser, and it's more of a looser, softer cut, so it won't get as close. I go with the grain, and right there is going with the grain. I'm going down with it, because the hair is going full in a downward position. And there's against the grain, which is the opposite way the hair grows. Use that edge, use that shaver, man, in any direction you can. Dude, I do up, down, sideways, flicks, blends. You got to learn your tools, man. That's the most important thing about being a barber. Every tool cuts a little bit different. And once you find the exact right tools for you, you'll figure it out. So a lot of times when I get people with pretty much fully covered heads, is usually they'll have the hairlines already tattooed in. Sometimes you can trust that. If you got to ask the client, do you want me to cut up to the hairline, or do you want me to just do a regular lineup? So right here, what I'm doing is on the lineup, he has a large cowlick. So I'm taking my thinning shears and and I'm going the opposite direction and clipping slightly. This way it falls back down. Now, I won't be able to get it all the way smooth, but this is a good technique to help relieve that calic when he wants his hair a little bit shorter like that. Now, I'm not sure on this haircut right here how much longer I'm going to be clipping at that, but you got to figure it out, man. Like, see, right there, I say that looks pretty smooth right there, man. So I pretty much released the high tension on this calic. Going with the grain usually cuts the hair a little bit longer. Basically, man, you just got to keep on wearing it out until it goes down, until you get it as close as you think you can get it without, you know, compromising his hairline. Now, if you look down the angle right there, that's pretty much how you can tell when the line is straight as you're looking down the line. Now, no hairline is the same, so you definitely you want to try these techniques, but you want to find what works right for you. So right here, I'm choosing that it looks like to stay right there on the hairline tattoo. I'm just trying to round off the corner a little bit, just because I'm not a big fan of the Eddie Munster. That's what I call it, a little point in the front. So I'm just trying to take that down a little bit. And right here, by me spraying, the water on it, man, to me, it's a little bit easier to use than Blade Glide, because this does have a little bit of drag, and I can see all the way through. Sometimes they have different colors. I'm not a real big fan of that. So as you can see, I'm just going through the tattoo again, doing his final touch-ups to make it really, really stand out. A lot of people don't realize, man, water is just as good as shaving cream. As long as you have it moist enough, all you need is that slide. See right there, I'm going with the grain again, just try to smooth that bottom line out. But I do want the lettering to be a little bit shorter than the regular shave part. This way it stands out just a little bit more. Right now I'm just double checking this hairline. Right before I use the razor on it, I'm just making sure points and lines are where pretty much I want them. And after using that thinning shear on that calic, it lets me see how much time it has to relax to pop back up or not. Right here, man, I think I might be going a little bit heavy, because when you flip them back in reverse, you shouldn't have to touch it more than once or twice. So that many times, I probably should have stood them up. That looks pretty good though. It definitely could have been a little bit better, but I mean, at that point, I definitely shouldn't have hit that many times in the upside position. So if you feel like you're hitting it more than once, stand them back up, reposition, and reline that up, man. Now you notice how I pointed to a position on his ear where I started the blend from? Blending is not only about removing the lines, but it's about making the person's face proportionate as well. So I like to find a spot and then match it up. So if I started my blend right there at the lower part of his ear, that's where I need to start the other side. And usually I bring that straight across and see where it lines up to and say, oh, okay, bottom part of his eye, no problem. Just a little FYI too. I'm not sure if this video goes into the beard at all. We've seen a few beard videos, but I do like to line up the people's beard on the back side of their beard, just like a sideburn, man. At least give them a nice clean edge on one side, maybe the other, but don't worry about the whole beard if it's not included. If you notice when I'm shaving his eyebrows, I'm staying right above his line. You can definitely see there's a difference from me going all the way to his eyebrow to leaving a space. Leave that space, man, because all you're really trying to do is clean up those baby hairs and the little extra ones, because you don't want to, I mean, some people want it extra short and skinny, but I don't think he does. Be very careful too when you're messing on the interior part of the eyelid. That is the easiest skin to damage and cut. But I always try to go with that grain, man. I never try to go against the grain if I don't have to, because going against the grain could make bumps on their skin, man, ingrowns. We don't want that, and it's just more chance of cutting and scratching. They can go home and take a shaving razor and do it against the grain, and shaving cream, do it all themselves, man. They're coming here to get it nice and cleaned up, close shave, and make it so it's relaxing. Nobody wants to pay you to have a beat up shave and you feeling all scratched up and nicked up when you get home. There's a little aftershave I'm spraying on, man. I like to douse these people with aftershave, man. I want to make sure that when you get on my chair, your skin might be a little bit dry, but it's going to be sanitized, you know? And that's basically it, man. This is how I would cut a tattooed head. Appreciate you coming in today, bro. Letting me do this demo on your hair. Thanks for watching as always. This is Mark Anthony Tarantino. Found on most social medias that way. Until next time.